Alright, we're back. Off-road recovery. I might not have needed to do those other things last episode when I was complaining about them being like adventures instead of being like an actual quest. I think it's because they were adventures. Whoops. I can't go back and make it not happen. Sorry. I also wish I could get my heater to turn. I mean, I wish I could get my heater to keep going, but be silent right now because I can see my levels. It's not super loud, I don't think. I don't see when I listen back to this, but it's definitely there. I also haven't gone through and messed with some more in-depth stuff.
I'm not sure I want to know what a monster god feeds on.
Power. And we've intercepted Red Legion transmissions about a new fragment of the traveler that splintered off during Gaul's assault. Zone won't be able to resist its light.
So, I don't know if I skipped it accidentally or what, but
The Taken? Are they after the fragment?
It doesn't matter. Clear them out.
Zol is one of the worm gods. So, going back real into the oldest history that we have, the history of when before the Hive were the Hive and before the Three Sisters gained their power and blah 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 blah. The worm gods are the ones who offered the power of the darkness and the sword logic to the Hive. The sword logic is the way that the most devoted followers of the darkness live. The sword logic is that life exists to be tested against other life, and if something dies through this test, then it did not deserve to live on. So they must fight and kill forever to sharpen themselves, their own sword, against wouldn't let me throw my shield there. Sharpen their light, sharpen their darkness and their life, not light, against other life, until the final shape of the universe will be that of a sword made sharp. So, so the Hive are a sword, and the rest of the universe, all of their life is a whetstone that they grind themselves against, and it makes them sharper. The sword logic believes that there's only two states of being, killing or being killed. The Traveler's logic is the bond logic, which is more complicated, and I don't have a good, simple description to give of that right now. I'll think of one. But I can't remember the simple description. But, stronger together, blah 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 blah, things need to live, blah. Also, definitely didn't equip an exotic. I'm gonna keep talking about it the whole campaign. Just keep going at it. Okay, interference clear.
I've got a lock. A fragment is nearby, but the ruins are inconsistent
Lost sector.
with other pieces of the traveler.
Zavala, assuming this fragment bait plan works, how do you expect to take down Zol without Rasputin?
I won't won't have this discussion again.
I can tell you without a doubt, Rasputin is the only way to stop Zol. We need the Valkyrie.
We won against impossible odds before, without Rasputin.
It's always impossible odds. It's just a lot of Guardians, but like they're usually usually doing other things or dying. I say other things, like they're working towards the same cause, but like they're not doing the hard stuff like I am. Killing a bunch of these motherfuckers. Pretty sure I have more confirmed kills with my Recluse than some Guardians have, period. I mean, let's look. 1,917, yeah. Yeah, that looks very taken.
I don't think we can get through.
There might still be a warsat left in Earth's orbit. Let me see if I can adjust its trajectory.
We've got incoming.
Stay where you are. I'm using your position to lock on with the warsat.
Understood.
I love me some Sentinel Shield. I mean, this is one of my favorite parts of playing the actual campaigns, is that I get to use ad clearing supers, because like when I'm doing end game stuff, I'm just using like fucking Well of Radiance and Bubble, or I just sit there and do more damage and don't die, as opposed to just throwing shields at people, which is way more fun. I don't always take that form of fun into consideration when I'm doing endgame type stuff. I take more into consideration the type of fun that I have when I pass something that's difficult. 'Cause that's fun in its own right, to me. Everyone has different types of fun.
Warsat armed and in
Despawning.
position. Requesting orbital support.
Does that mean like... Oh, yep. It's less taken.
Anna, how did you get it to fire?
I asked him. Rasputin was created to help humanity. He listens to me.
This time the Warmind listened. But are you ready to shoulder the burden the day it doesn't? Guardian, secure the piece of the Traveler and get back to Mars. It is time to go to war with a god.
Back to Mars. By the way, this is the second to last mission, I believe. If not the last one, if it goes long enough. This campaign's real short. If I have 4 episodes of this, I'll be surprised. Not that I remember how many I've had before this. Let's say I've had 2 before this. And this is the 3rd one. Is that true? Alright, now I'm curious. Going into the folder. Where are we at? This is my 3rd one that I'm working on right now.
If we find the place where this godworm feeds, we can use the Traveler's fragment to draw out Zol.
I've been running some scans. There's a cavern that intersects with one of Zol's tunnels.
Zavala, listen to me. I studied the logs. Rasputin was barely able to stop Zol the first time.
Our mission stands. We will defeat Zol. We don't need the help of a Warmind to do it. Not when we don't know what else it might do.
Guardians, I'm getting some kind of interference. I can't make sense of it.
I hear it too. Give me a minute to analyze the signal. Maybe I can figure out what it is.
I know what it is. It's made clear through Zol's subtitle. What would the word for that be? Just his title?
Interference is getting worse, but I'm starting to pick up a pattern. Do you hear it, Anna?
I'll need more data to be sure, but yeah, I'm thinking it might be an encoded message.
Those crystals are surging with energy. They must be using it to gather power to feed Zol.
Dang it. Yeah, yeet.
The energy in this relic is volatile. Try throwing it at the crystal. It looks like the Hive have been busy down here.
Keep going. According to scans, there's a large chamber where all the tunnels intersect. That makes it the most likely spot for Zol's feeding ground.
Look at the size of these tunnels. Zol must be immense.
Meaning Zol is stronger than we thought.
He's pretty
All
big.
the more reason to take him down now.
Yeah, well, he's still cold. Just woke up, man. He'll sleep for a long time. I don't actually know the number of years it's been since the collapse. I know the ages. But, I don't know how that concept of time works. Dang it. I messed up. Don't shield yourself. Okay, I need to stop getting flinched by these, please. Dang it. I should stop using a sniper, because that's gonna get embarrassing real quick. Okay. This motherfucking AI. Oh my god, I can't. You know what? One hammer, one shield hit. Easy kills. Reload.
They were chanting in an archaic form about a priest, Nokris, and how he was labeled
Nokris,
a heretic.
yes.
What could possibly qualify as a
Necromancy.
Something about resurrection.
Yes, Zol is the weakest of the worm gods, and he was scared that he would become prey for his sister or brother, Akka. And so he made a deal with Nokris, a Hive prince, one of the sons of Oryx, the Taken King. Son of Oryx, right? Or son of Crota? Son of Oryx, I think.
This is some kind of holy space. They're readying another offering for Zol.
And he gave him some of his power and the secret of resurrection, which is not allowed by the Hive. They're real evil, but they follow rules. Their own rules, but rules. Weird, evil, strict rules. The Hive are also all about feeding. Because of the deal that was made between the Worm Gods and the Three Sisters when the Hive became the Hive. They used to be a different race called the Krill. The weakest race on a planet. That's a whole story. There's 50 books you can read if you want to learn about. Like, that's not exaggeration. There are 50 books of sorrow. So the deal they made was that they would gain power if they stayed true to their identities, and that they fed power to the Worm Gods. So the Hive, the three Hive,
Ground is right below us.
well, the Taken King and the two Queens, Worm gods.
Ancient, powerful names. This is Warmind.
So yes,
Anna,
the hive is a pyramid scheme where the smallest hive give power upwards all the way up to the to Oryx. Well, Oryx is dead now, but now to Xivu Arath and Savathun, and they give power to the worm gods. As the hive spreads, they're able to give more power all the way up, so they can keep their power.
that's not Zol.
It's Nokris. Hello, Nokris. Can I kill you? Do you get immune? Okay, you do get immune phase. I don't remember. So the hive is a big pyramid scheme. The thrall gain power through the sword logic. They give that power to their acolytes, which give power to their knights, which gives power to their wizards, which gives power to the big bosses, which gives power to the gods themselves, Xivu Arath, Oryx, and Savathun, which gives power to the worm gods. Okay. Bye, Nokris.
There, in the center. That's where we can place the fragment.
Yep, this is a good idea.
Guardian? Guardian, where are you? Thank the light.
Zol is heading directly for the Clovis Spray facility and Rasputin. If Rasputin dies, the Javelin goes with him. Zol wins.
Very well. And my reservations about the Warmind aren't as important as defeating Zol. We do this together. What do you say, Guardian?
We say it's about time.
So Zol talking about us drowning in the deep. The darkness and the light are the two powers, the two large powers in the universe, the two ways of thinking, the sword logic and the bond logic. The primeval names of them are the deep and the sky for the darkness and light, respectively. So the worm gods respond to the dark. They refer to the darkness as the deep. Except it's going to be a little bit longer, but this is the last mission. It would just feel weird to cut it here, especially because this last mission is not super long. I guess I'll go to sleep after this, because there's no reason for me to start recording Forsaken right now.
Zol is tearing apart Rasputin's neural network. And if he does enough damage, he could trigger a chain reaction that will devastate Mars. All I know is we have one advantage left. The Valkyrie.
I'll never trust Rasputin, but we'll need every weapon we have to stop Zol. Even one that's powered by a Warmind.
Yeah, bank it. There we go.
If we overload Rasputin's core, we can use the excess energy to overcharge the Valkyrie. I think that's our only chance of really hurting Zol. Open the coolant vents on the inhibitors, then hit it with everything you've got.
And people talk trash about the fact that we like can fight Zol at all when he's especially in a like single player mission. Like this is later a strike, so you do it with 3 people if you do this later, but in this mission obviously it's just you, unless you're playing with the fire team. So they say it doesn't really make sense, but again, he is the weakest of the worm gods, and Oryx, the Taken King who we fought in a raid, the old king of the Hive and the Taken, one of the 3 Hive gods, he was strong enough to defeat a worm god. That's where he got the power to take, because the bond logic gives things where the sword logic takes things. So he couldn't let the worm gods, when he traveled into the deep to commune with them, he couldn't let them give him the power to take. He had to take the power to take. Otherwise, it wouldn't work. So he defeated a worm god. So he was already stronger than not the weakest one. So it makes sense that Zol is a lower level fight for us than Oryx was. I think I have a recording somewhere from years ago of us playing through the King's Fall raid, which is my favorite raid, because it was like my first one that I did a lot. Yep, stop.
Got it. Neural net is online and ready. Now for the inhibitor vents.
Do I have to kill all these things for the vent to open? It's unfortunate. Come here. You. Come here. Come here.
The inhibitor vent is open.
There we go.
Core power levels approaching critical overload. Personnel are recommended to evacuate.
Do I have an angle? Ugh. Don't want to use a grenade launcher shot because I want to kill Zol as quickly as possible. Even though Heavy's been dropping like nobody's business.
Get to the core before it goes critical. It's time to forge a new Valkyrie.
Super Valkyrie. Boop.
Stabilize. Kind of. But the Valkyrie is ready.
I keep being like, why is it reloading so slow compared to what I'm used to? And then I remember that I'm not on my Warlock, and I do not have all the mods equipped on my armor to make submachine guns reload really fast. I wonder how fast this will reload on my Warlock, because I've never used it on there.
Alright. I need you to throw the Valkyrie into the core and force a full meltdown.
Complete core meltdown initiated.
Super Valkyrie.
If you can hear this message, you are too close to the core.
The Valkyrie is surging with energy far beyond what my sensors are capable of analyzing.
I'd wanted to fight a worm god for a while before this happened. Since Destiny 1, Taken King, which wasn't even the end of Destiny 1. There was a whole other DLC after.
I've never seen
That's
Be
Phobos,
careful.
I think. Right? That's something. Hello. How you doing? Don't remember that happening. Well, almost got through the whole DLC without dying, which should have been easy. Usually he just sort of dies.
I've never seen anything so powerful.
Can I get a Valkyrie? Yeah, there's the laser attack. I've never seen him just chomp me like that. Okay, now he's moving. Okay. I wish I had some warning as to where that was going to happen. I feel like I must. But, like... do I just have to get on top of something? Okay, he's somewhat hurt. It's giving me leeway. Don't know what that sound is. But I don't like it. Ow.
Auxiliary power has been activated. Get to a node and power up
Oh,
the
there's
Javelin.
Javelin.
Keep fighting.
Oh, he has other crit spots? Like, on his body? This fight has never taken this long. I've never seen that. Yeah, like, I've never died to his movements and stuff, so I really don't know where I'm supposed to be positioning. It's funny that I'm over leveled this time and it's technically taking me longer. technically being, in all aspects, yes, it is taking me longer. But I'm saying technically, because I think that makes me sound cool or something. Okay. Can I do damage to him? I can. Okay, now you're done. There we go. Little over 30.
I can't believe it. You did it. You took down a worm god.
We all do. You're a teammate. A good one.
I also have an exotic sniper rifle called the Whisper of the Worm that you get from a mission that you unlock after you've killed him. Because this that's a whole conversation about the sword logic. It's hard for people to really go away. People that are that powerful, or things that are that powerful.
The Bray family shaped me to be an all-seeing savior, while your vanguard sought to wield me as a primitive weapon. But today, that ends, and I define the reality of my own existence. My sight will stretch to the edge of this system and beyond. Never again will a threat go unseen. From this day forward, I will defend humanity on my own terms. I am Rasputin, guardian of all I survey. I have no equal.
What have we done?
Don't worry. We've got this.
Sure we do. Nothing bad happens. Nothing bad happens for the rest of Destiny 2. It's actually the end of the game. There's 2 more DLCs where you just like walk around the city and hang out, buy pastries. And that should be the end of the actual campaign. Yeah, there's that's not anything. So, that's a whole nother DLC down. The last 2 are actual big ones. Curse of Osiris and Warmind were obviously the shorter ones. Forsaken will be a number of episodes. Then Shadowkeep's a few. But there is one part that I will not record because it's just long for no reason. So,
Are you familiar with the phrase, be careful what you wish for? It's something that's been running through my head since watching Rasputin launch a brand new Warsat network under his sole control. I should be afraid. Any rational person would be. I'm not. I know without a question that no matter what comes next, we can face it together.
So that's the end of that. Thank you very much for watching, and next up will be Forsaken.